Well, Yael Shaker is a senior U.S. advocate at Refugees International. She joins us also from Washington, D.C. by Skype. Thank you for your time. First off, I'd just like to get your thoughts on President Biden's promise that he will actually increase the refugee cap, but just not right now.
It's quite disappointing and a little bit confusing. As the previous reporter mentioned, the president promised in February and consulted with Congress about essentially tripling the number to 62,500 refugees for this fiscal year, and then sort of backtrack. There's also a long delay. If this was what the president was planning on doing, it's not clear why he delayed so long, and refugees had to get off flights because of the delay in mentioning this. So it's a bit confusing. Obviously, groups like mine, Refugees International, is going to try to keep the president to his promise to raise that cap come May.
What is the backlog right now? How many people are waiting to come, having already been vetted and cleared?
Well over 15,000. So there are several hundred people ready to fly tomorrow, but there are at least 30,000 people ready, vetted by USCIS, the part of the Department of Homeland Security that sort of ensures and vets refugees overseas. And then there are almost 70,000 refugees sort of in the pipeline at different stages. So there are way over 15,000 ready to go. And so what we hope is that the Biden administration really quickly hits this 15,000 cap, hopefully by May, and then raises it.
Why do you think that he's not increasing the cap right away? I mean, do you think it might be tied to what's happening at the US-Mexico border with asylum seekers and the optics, I guess?
I do think it has more to do with politics than capacity issues. The president said, we can't do two things at once. He's the president. He certainly must do two things at once. It's also true that refugees and asylum seekers and the children are handled differently. The Office of Refugee Resettlement does handle both populations, but there are voluntary organizations ready to welcome refugees here. As to why, I mean, what is really surprising to me is that the president didn't, let's say if it was simply a capacity issue, I mean, maybe the president could have raised it at least a bit, double it, and then say we'll raise it some more later on. There's something quite confusing about all of this, and I think if the president really wanted to make this happen, we could. We are a rich country. We have plenty of resources. If money was an issue, the president could ask Congress for supplemental funds, which has happened in the past, to handle this. So this is really something that we can do right now, and we should be doing more.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you for your time. Yael Shaker there from Refugees International.
Thanks so much.